Brother, there are things a woman can say to you that tell you everything, even if you don't notice at first. Words that seem innocent, but are actually clear signs that something is broken. The problem is that many men ignore them because they don't want to accept what's happening. They hold on, they wait, and they end up losing more of themselves, trying to save something that's already gone. In today's world, women know very well the power they have with their words and their emotions. They know how to gauge your reaction, how to test your limit, how to see how far you're willing to stay, even when respect is already dying. And that's where many men fail. They stay when they should leave, they speak when they should remain silent, and they wait when there's nothing left to wait for. When a woman starts dropping certain phrases, it's not confusion or coincidence. It's a warning. It's her way of telling you that her mind is no longer with you, even if her body still is. In that moment, you don't need to argue or beg or explain yourself. All you have to do is maintain your dignity and quietly walk away. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 most dangerous phrases a woman can say to you. Phrases that, if you understand them well, will save you time, pain, and emotional wear and tear. Because a man who respects himself doesn't wait to be replaced. He recognizes the signs and acts firmly. So listen carefully, because once you learn what these words really mean, you'll never see them the same again. When she says any of these things, don't respond with emotion. Don't argue. Just walk away. 1. I need space. When a woman says, I need space, she's not saying it because she's overwhelmed or because she needs to think. She says it because her heart is already moving away. That phrase is the gentlest way of telling you, I don't feel the same way anymore. It's her graceful way out, her way of distancing herself without seeming cold or guilty. Many men hear that and believe there's still hope. They think that if they wait, if they're patient, if they're understanding, she'll come back. But that's a mistake. In reality, she's testing how far she can go without losing you. She wants to see if you'll still be available even when she disconnects. And if you do, she loses respect for you. When a woman is truly in love, she doesn't ask for space. She asks for solutions. She asks for connection. She seeks closeness. If she suddenly starts creating distance, it's because something has changed within her. Perhaps her interest has waned. Perhaps someone else is stirring new emotions. Or perhaps she simply no longer feels the same desire for you. In any case, that space she's asking for isn't temporary. It's the beginning of the end. Your reaction in that moment defines your value. If you run after her, you confirm that she can have you effortlessly. If you stay waiting, you show her that your world revolves around her decision. But if you withdraw calmly, without anger, without complaints, you show her what a man with boundaries does. He keeps his word and leaves. A mature man doesn't chase explanations. He understands that love doesn't disappear suddenly. It fades away little by little. I need space is the last spark before a complete blackout. And when you hear her, don't question her. Don't pressure her. Don't show weakness. Give her all the space she asks for. And more. Because if she truly cares about you, that silence will weigh on her. And if she doesn't come back, you already have your answer. Never try to keep someone who's looking for a way out. If she walks away, let her go, not as a punishment, but as an act of respect for yourself. This is how a man with self-respect behaves. He doesn't ask to stay where he's no longer wanted. 2. You deserve better. When a woman tells you you deserve better, she's not being humble or noble. She's saying goodbye with a smile. It's the most disguised way of telling you, I don't want to continue, but I don't want to feel guilty about leaving you. It's her elegant emotional outlet, the one she uses to get you to forgive her while she lets go. Many men fall into this trap. They hear that phrase and think, she's just afraid of not being enough. Or, if I show her I love her, she'll change her mind. But no, bro. If a woman says that to you, she's not looking for comfort. She's trying to free herself from the responsibility of breaking your heart. She already made her decision long before she said it. When a woman wants to stay, she fights. When she wants to be with you, she's not telling you that you deserve someone else. She's showing you that she can be that person. So when you hear those words, don't be confused. It's not a sign of insecurity. It's a sign of emotional disconnection. The most dangerous thing is that it sounds sweet. It makes you think there's still affection, that there's still something left. But in reality, What there is distance disguised as tenderness. She doesn't want to see you suffer, but she also doesn't want to continue feeling like she owes you something. And with that phrase, she closes the door without seeming cruel. Your mistake would be trying to convince her. To tell her no, that's enough, that you'll love her just the way she is. That only reinforces her power over you. She senses your need, and while you fight to stay, she feels safer leaving. When you hear, "You deserve better," look her in the eyes, smile, and respond, "You're right." Not sarcastically, but calmly. That phrase is your shield. It's the most masculine way to let go. Because when you accept without begging, she understands that she can't play with your worth. Many men think walking away means losing. But that's not the case. Walking away is the strongest act of self-love. It means you understand that you don't have to beg anyone to see what you already are. Remember this, when a woman tells you you deserve better, what she's really saying is, "I don't want to give you what you deserve anymore." And that, brother, isn't up for debate. It's accepted, you turn around, and you keep walking. Self-respect isn't begged for. It's demonstrated with silence, with firmness, with distance. 3. I'm not ready for a relationship. When a woman tells you, "I'm not ready for a relationship," don't be confused. She's not saying she doesn't want a relationship in general. She's saying she doesn't want one with you. It's a polite way of rejecting without saying it directly. And while it sounds reasonable, behind those words lies a simple truth. She doesn't feel enough to commit. Many men hear that phrase and think, she just needs time, or if I'm patient, she'll change. But while you wait, she goes on with her life, talks to others, has fun, and keeps the door open for options that excite her more. You, meanwhile, become the available man, the one who is there when she needs him, but never the one she chooses. I'm not ready doesn't mean she's afraid of love. It means she doesn't feel desire, connection, or urgency with you. And that, even if it hurts, must be accepted without discussion. Because when a woman truly wants something, there are no obstacles that can stop her. She adjusts her life, her time, and her emotions to be present. There's no confusion. There's no doubt. If she tells you she's not ready, don't try to convince her otherwise. Don't try to prove that you're the one. Every message, every gesture, every attempt to stay with you only confirms her decision to walk away. She doesn't need time. She needs space to walk away without guilt. Your best move at that moment is not to insist, but to calmly withdraw. Not because you're giving up, but because you understand that love can't be forced. If she truly feels something, your absence will bring clarity. If she doesn't feel anything, she won't come back. And that's also an answer. The most common mistake of modern men is confusing patience with hope. Waiting for an indecisive woman isn't love, it's a lack of self-esteem. Because while you're waiting, she's already decided that you're not her priority. Remember this, a woman who truly wants to be with you is no excuses, no delays, no confusing phrases. If she says she's not ready, believe it, thank her for her honesty, and move on. Don't wait for her to change because desire isn't convinced, it's felt. Your value doesn't depend on someone choosing you. It depends on you not staying where you're not clearly wanted. So when you hear, "I'm not ready for a relationship," understand that it's a door closing, not one waiting to be knocked on. 4, you're too good for me. When a woman tells you, "You're too good for me," don't take it as a compliment. Take it as a warning. It's her way of telling you that she doesn't feel enough, that she can't return the same level of interest or commitment. And although it may seem like she's praising you, she's actually saying a gentle goodbye. Many men are confused by that phrase. They think she just needs trust, that if they take care of her a little more, if they show her they can be patient and understanding, she'll change her mind. But that never happens. Because when a woman truly values you, she doesn't tell you that you're too good. She fights to keep you around because she knows a man with your energy isn't found every day. When she says that, what she's really doing is justifying herself. She wants to free herself from the emotional burden of hurting you, so she disguises it with sweet words. But behind that sweetness, there's a truth you can't ignore. She's lost attraction. And there's nothing colder than a woman who no longer feels desire. If she tells you you're too good, Don't lower yourself by trying to prove that you're more real, more imperfect, or that you can change. Don't try to adapt to her disinterest. That only makes you look desperate. What you should do is thank her for showing you her emotional limit and withdraw with dignity. Remember, respect isn't asked for, it's felt. And when a woman feels respect and desire for you, she doesn't look for reasons to walk away. She doesn't justify herself. She chooses you without hesitation. Telling you you're too good is, in reality, a way of saying, I'm not at your emotional level. But it can also mean, tell her, I don't want you enough to put in the effort. In both cases, there's nothing to be gained by staying. Your value isn't measured by how much someone needs you, but by how much you respect yourself when they no longer value you. If she tells you you're too good, don't correct her. Don't convince her. Just say, thank you for telling me that, and move on. That simple phrase cuts off any power she might have over you. And here's the most important point. When a woman truly loves you, she doesn't think you're too good. She thinks you're her man. There's no comparison, no difference in level. There's only connection. So if you hear those words, don't be flattered. It's goodbye disguised as praise. Learn to understand it without pain. Because the man who knows how to leave when he's no longer respected never loses. 5. I just want to be friends. When a woman tells you, I just want to be friends, she's not looking for friendship. She's distancing herself. It's her way of telling you that she doesn't see you as a man who attracts her, but rather as someone useful or emotionally available when she needs it. It's a phrase disguised as kindness, but it's actually a dividing line. The most common mistake men make is accepting that friendship, hoping that, over time, she'll change her mind. They think that if they stay close, being attentive, available, and understanding, she'll one day see them differently. But that never happens. Because a woman doesn't fall in love with a man who's always available. She's attracted to one who has boundaries, direction, and self-respect. I just want to be friends doesn't mean she values you so much that she wants to keep you. It means she wants to keep you close enough so she doesn't lose your attention, but far enough away so she doesn't feel committed to you. It's an emotional zone where she gains companionship and you lose dignity. If you accept that role, you become the man who listens to her problems with others, the one who comforts her when someone hurts her, the one who helps her heal, only to watch her run off with someone else. It's one of the most painful situations because you think you're being patient, but in reality, you're slowly fading away. When a woman categorizes you as a friend, she's closing a door that she won't reopen. You can't convince her to see you any differently because attraction isn't built on understanding or availability. It's born of respect and desire. Therefore, when you hear those words, your response should be clear and firm. I respect you, but I'm not looking for friendship with you. Don't say it with anger or pride. Say it calmly, with the confidence of a man who knows his worth. That phrase isn't a reaction, it's a declaration of value. The woman may feel surprised, even confused, because she's used to men accepting that position in order not to lose her. But you're not that kind of man. You know that staying as a friend is a slow burn to surrender. Remember, true connection doesn't require begging for attention. And if to keep her around, you have to accept less than you deserve, then you don't need her. A woman who truly cares for you will never offer you friendship as a consolation prize. She will love you as a man, not as a support. So when you hear, I just want to be friends, she smiles, thanks, and takes a step back. Because while others wait, you keep moving forward with your respect intact. 6. I don't feel the same anymore. When a woman tells you, I don't feel the same anymore, she isn't asking for understanding. She's letting you know that her heart is gone, and what remains is just habit. That phrase is like a door that closes gently, without shouting, without drama, but with a coldness that hurts more than any fight. The hardest thing about hearing those words is that, deep down, you already knew it. You noticed it in her silences, in her distracted gaze, in her short answers. But you were lying to yourself, hoping things would go back to the way they were. However, when a woman tells you she doesn't feel the same way anymore, it means she's emotionally disconnected a long time ago. The mistake many men make is trying to revive what's already dead. They start promising, changing, begging, remembering the good times. But none of that will bring her back. Because feelings don't come back with words, they come back with desire, and that desire isn't manufactured. When she tells you that, don't take it as an invitation to fight. Take it as the sign you needed to take back your power. Don't try to convince her or show her that she can still love you. Because if she wanted to, she wouldn't have said those words. A woman who still has hope never tells you she doesn't feel anything anymore. Keep trying. What you should do at that moment is stand your ground. Don't argue, don't ask for explanations. Just listen, nod, and calmly walk away. That reaction throws her off because she expects to see despair. She expects you to break down, to reassure her of her control over you. But when you remain calm, she begins to see something she'd forgotten, your worth. And no, that doesn't mean she'll come back. But it does mean you'll leave with dignity, without lowering yourself, without begging for love from someone who no longer feels it. Remember this, brother. Feelings change, but respect shouldn't. And when she loses hers, you should hold yours higher than ever. Accepting that someone no longer feels the same isn't giving up. It's understanding that love is also measured by how you know how to let go. Not with resentment, but with clarity. So if you ever hear those words, don't stay trying to revive what's already dead. Just say to yourself, it's okay, and move on. Because the man who doesn't stay where love ended is the man who always ends up winning. 7. I don't want to lose you, but I don't want to be with you either. This is, without a doubt, one of the most confusing and dangerous phrases a woman can say to you. I don't want to lose you, but I don't want to be with you either. It seems contradictory, but it actually reveals something very clear. She doesn't love you, but she doesn't want to see you free either. She wants to keep you emotionally tied down while she decides how she feels or who she really wants to be with. At that point, it's no longer about love, but about control. She wants to be reassured that you're still there, available, waiting, not moving forward. She wants you as emotional support, as a safe place she can return to when life or emotions fail her. But at the same time, she's not willing to give you everything. Many men get caught up in that phrase because it makes them feel hopeful. They think that if she doesn't want to lose them, there's still something going on. But there isn't. If a woman truly loves you, she chooses you. She doesn't keep you on hold. She doesn't leave you hanging. She doesn't play with your time or your mind. When she tells you that, what she's really confessing is that she enjoys having you around without having to commit. It's selfishness disguised as affection. She wants you emotionally available, but without any obligation to reciprocate. Your mistake would be to wait. To think that with patience or demonstrations of love, she'll make up her mind. But every day you stay, you lose more respect for yourself. She doesn't respect you because she already knows she can have you effortlessly. And once a woman feels that, she stops seeing you as a man with emotional power. The only way to regain your value at that moment is to leave. Without demands, without promises, without warnings. Just disappearing with the calmness of someone who has already understood. Because what she truly fears is not losing you physically, but losing the power she has over you. And when a man walks away quietly without seeking closure or explanations, something changes in her energy. That calmness demonstrates strength. It teaches her that you don't need her, and that, even if she never admits it, confronts her with her own emptiness. Remember this, the woman who doesn't want to be with you, but also doesn't want to lose you, doesn't love you. She's using you as emotional balance. And you weren't born to be anyone's pause. Love isn't measured by who wants to have you around, but by who decides to stay with you without hesitation. So when you hear those words, don't try to understand them. Don't seek logic in emotional confusion. Just make one decision. Yours. Move forward, because no man wins by staying where he's half loved. Brother, each of these phrases is a warning sign. Don't ignore them. Don't justify them. When a woman says them, she's already made a decision in her mind, even if she hasn't executed it yet. Your task isn't to convince her, but to protect your peace. Learn to listen beyond the words, to read the tone, the distance, the intention. And above all, never stay where you are no longer valued. A strong man doesn't beg for love, doesn't negotiate respect. He simply withdraws with dignity, knowing that losing someone who doesn't appreciate him is never a loss, but freedom.